So the wheels are working, everything's spinning, but now I need to be able to get this off the lift, which means we need a kickstand or a center stand. I'm going to put it both on now. Just a kickstand would be much easier, but center stand means I can stand it upright. It takes less leaning room, and we're all about trying to save space up here. So digging through the bin of parts, found the center stand pin and the pinch bolts for that, and some other hardware that I don't remember what it's for. A couple extra bolts, can't be that difficult. So here's what we're looking at on the center stand. Honda's run them a little bit different than a lot of other ones. So you guys can see that. There's your center stand, covered in dust, but this is going to drop in between these rails like so. And it doesn't get a through bolt, it gets one of these pins. So first thing I gotta do is make sure that this is gonna get through with all the powder on there, which it seems like it should. A little tight on one side. A little tight on this one, so I'm gonna Dremel this out real quick, or sand this out real quick. It's right there, but it's just some of the buildup from the tape or plug that we used on that side. We'll clean that up, and I'll be right back. So I just took a little cartridge roll, zipped the end of this real quick, nice and clear now. I'm gonna put some grease in here. Load it up in the center stand, like so. A little grease on the shaft, can't hurt. Now, I'm gonna have to do the same thing on here. So, in this case, he went a little overzealous on the coating. I think he did a primer and a gloss and a clear. His bike, let him do what he wants, right? I typically don't do it that way, but just whip down a little bit there. And then slide our center stand back in. I'm going to leave the drill underneath here. Hopefully that'll hold it a little bit closer. Like so. Come on now. And then we'll slide our pin through. Maybe. A little tight. There we go. Zip down the other side just a bit. Center stand will go in. And our pin will go through. Line it up a little. Okay, the sound change, that's in all the way now. And then it gets a cotter pin on the other side, which I'm going to reuse. But while we're right here, there's long pinch bolts that go through here. You just kind of hold that pin in place. Like I said, it's only held in by a cotter pin. I don't know what we did on the spring here. I don't remember if we coated it or if we just cleaned them up. We'll get these in. We got one little detent here. I believe that's the mount for the upper spring. So make sure that goes on the right side of the bike when you're sitting on it. Like so. Snug these up real quick and then we'll move to the other side. That'll be good on this side. Now we'll move to the other side real quick. On the other side of the bike, pretty much the exact same thing. Laying in between a dumpster and a bunch of boxes right now. But I'll snug this one down. Try and keep that detent here towards the back. Like so. I'll put a 10mm wrench on that later. And then, oh man, should have checked that where the cotter pin holes were. I'm gonna grab a new pin. Doesn't make sense to try and bend a crooked one back in there. Now I gotta remember where I put the cotter pin kit. We'll be back again. Jam the cotter pin up through the center shaft of the center stand, up, bent it over this way. So that's good there. Now I'm gonna re-tighten this one bolt. I only loosened it to give myself a little more room. Like that. Now the center stand's pretty much good to go minus the spring. I don't know where that one's at, but I'm pretty sure the spring goes from here to here. And then we got to do the brake arm stuff back here. That's going to go down here. The passenger pegs go here. Then still tighten up the motor mount stuff, but for right now, as a roller, we're getting pretty close. Center stand will be able to move the bike around. Same thing with the upper clamps and the bars. Probably going to throw the bars back on just to make it easier to move around the shop. But I would also like to throw the kickstand on the other side. So let's go back over there. On the kickstand. I think I brought that over. We got these fancy shoulder bolts. I'm gonna figure out which one's which. One of them for sure is for the kickstand. Where did I put it? Up top on the seat. So kickstand, let's figure out the length here. There's the shoulder bolt. I want the longer one, right there. We'll drop this on next. Hopefully I have enough room. Hopefully it fits with all the powder he's got on here. Gonna have to move the jack, but the center stand's on. So what I'm gonna do is actually test the center stand. Hopefully it holds, and I don't drop a brand new rebuilt bike. That really hurt my foot. Okay. Look at that, ground level. Standing on its own for the first time in a very long while. All right, kickstand's gonna get jammed on here. See where we're hung up here. I'm gonna grab a file and file out the inside of this just a hair. There's a little bit of play in the kickstand too. So what we're doing now is trying to line this up. I got it 3/4 of the way on there, but she's getting closer. So what I'd like to try and do is grab an alignment pin of some sort. We're gonna tap it through here and that should pull this over the last little bit. I didn't file all that much off because it's not actually the powder that's holding it up. Grab a punch or a bigger screwdriver and we'll get this thing on here. So we got a tapered punch on here right now. Gotta be a little cautious. Get our bolt in, hopefully. Let me open up these holes right here. Well, that was kind of a pain in the ass, but we finally got it. Kickstand's on. It is a little on the tight side, which is fine. That'll wear itself in. Lock nut on the back. Like I said, we just got to find the springs for both, and that should be good. Kickstand spring. This is how you lose an eyeball. Take a flathead, wedge it on the backside where you can. Talking to the internet. It's not all about you, Justice. Use that as leverage, and now we're in. We'll just slide this back a hair. There we have it. Center stand spring's gonna suck. On the center stand, pretty much the exact same thing. But once the kickstand's on, we can actually move this. Don't try and do this with the center stand down. You're never gonna stretch it. But now, we're only that far away. So what we're gonna do, take a pick, wedge this in, and try not to die. Safety squinting like crazy. There we go, now we're looped. I think there's gotta be some sort of stop on here. We're gonna have to look into that one. That's up and it keeps it way out of the way, but let me check with the owner. Alright, got the center stand figured out. I was wrong on that little bracket. It goes to another bracket that loops on the frame, and the spring tension runs along this way. It kind of follows the swing arm over there. So that's good to go. And then got the center stand in, or kickstand it. And then on the front end, Dropped the tubes because these were sitting probably like an inch up, trying to like lower it. We're not doing that. Went back to a stock height, which is pretty much flush with the upper triple tree, and then put the lower 2 pinch bolts in. These are going to get replaced with some stainless hardware. Don't know where the top ones went, so those will get replaced too, along with the handlebar clamps. Otherwise, I would have had the handlebars on. But for now, it's a roller. That's where we're going to leave off for this video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all those other fun things. Slowly but surely making progress on this. Today just had to clear a ton of space up here to make room for a ton of work that's coming in. And then we'll keep grinding away on this Honda whenever I can. Catch you later.